going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the NBA Slate Starter Podcast. I'm Eric, joined with my buddy Ryan as we break down Tuesday's 6-game NBA DFS slates on DraftKings, FanDuel, and Yahoo. Today, there's been some late swap slates in our lives. We've had to take advantage of it here and there before, but I can't remember a slate quite like this one. Not for a while, at least, because it felt like bombshell after bombshell after bombshell. And most of it after lock, LeBron James getting ruled out just after lock hits, opening up a path for Monk and Westbrook just failing us miserably. Unless this game goes to overtime, Lakers are down 5 here with 30-something seconds left to play. So we shall see here. But Brandon Williams, the highest owned player on the slate on DraftKings, absolutely gets there with a 49 burger or a 48.5 burger. It was something ridiculous. And I had a lot of him, but the guy that just disappointed me to no end, it would be Russell Westbrook. No Şengün was going to save you from that, and could have used a little bit more on a Şengün too. But Ryan, how was this crazy day for you?
Yeah, I had 100% of Russ pretty much across the board, so it didn't work out. And,
yeah, he was the best play of the slate on FanDuel especially.
Yeah, he was a very good play. I thought it was pretty amazing shot. If he doesn't get into foul trouble, he probably cracks mid-40s, and you're probably sitting in much prettier. But I did not have 54.5% Brandon Williams. He definitely had a fluky game, in my opinion. 5 stocks is unrepeatable by any means, and I did not expect him to play as well as he did at that. I mean, the price tag was great, but I just did not expect him to put up 49 fantasy points, and I chose to go under there and take my chances with the Warriors value, which some of it's working out, but not all of it. Just another day in DFS where I think maybe my process with Brandon Williams is wrong. Obviously, the results were definitely wrong, but it is what it is. On to tomorrow we go.
I mean, there was so much value on this slate. I mean, you had to pick and choose. I chose not to play Malik Beasley on DraftKings. I chose not to play a number of guys. I played a lot of Josh Richardson on DraftKings. That ended up working out kind of nicely. Surprise starter there. I thought he would be in the rotation today, but seeing that he started with no Lonnie Walker, no Devin Vassell, I thought the minutes might be more secure than people were giving it credit for if he played well. And if he doesn't play well, it is what it is. But he was $3K or $3,200 or whatever he was over on DK. He was super, super cheap. And you had so many guys like that I just wanted to try to find some of them that were low owned. And he was one of them that kind of came to mind. Surprise starter there. Got off of a little bit of my my Jordan Poole. I played a lot of Jordan Poole and played basically no Kuminga. We'll see if that ends up panning out. Golden State just made a crazy run. 104-101 here in that game. Kuminga has 16 and 3. He's playing really well, so that's probably not going to pan out. But you have to pick and choose your spots to a certain extent. A slate like today, you could have played everybody, I suppose, and just hope for the right combination. But I like your stand of 100% Russ. I think that's as ballsy as it gets. He was my highest owned player on FanDuel. On DraftKings, he was one of my highest owned players, so it just didn't work out for us in that regard. But I got to well above the field on Luka and Jokic because you had just so much value. Anything else you want to talk about on this wild slate, late swap, anything else in terms of your process for today? Because I think it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's gonna sound good, but it doesn't mean anything if it doesn't work out.
Totally.
Yeah. So.
I've won on days that my lineup sucked. If you make the right decisions day in and day out, you're going to win more in the long run, and that's what you have proven to do.
Yeah. It's just that you want to win all the time, right? That's the point why we play this, right? No one plays to lose.
I know, but you played to win. You played 100% of it, dude, and that's a gigantic stand. You went underweight the most popular player on the slate. That's another stance. So did I expect him to play as many minutes as he did? And he got in foul trouble too and somehow navigated through all of it. It was a crazy game. By the way, Minnesota covering a 15-point spread. I'm beside myself. Let's get to it, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. That'll cheer up Ryan. That'll cheer up me too, because there's no way I'm going to win on this slate. Let's see. What else? That's all. Oh, no. Spotify. Apple, if you're listening to us over there, it goes a long way if you leave those 5-star reviews. I know Ryan said pushing up to 50 would be amazing. So I would really appreciate that. So would he. Anything else you want to add there, Ryan?
Yeah, 50 would be great. 50 would potentially get us to come back for next season. Would be nice to force their hand. 50 reviews would be awesome. But if we don't get the 50 reviews, I mean, they'll be disappointed, the higher ups. So we got to get the 50 reviews.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want to have to sit down with Tom and tell him why we failed as a podcast. We don't want that. So help us overcome failure here, if you could. Leave those 5-star reviews on Apple, Spotify. Either would be nice. Both would be twice as nice. Ryan, let's get to it. 6-gamer to break down. You ready to get going? My equally sad dude.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
I called you dude too. I apologize. John Morant, you're just not running well today. John Morant, 10-7, going up against the Pellies. Pellies with that brutal loss to the Nuggets the other night. They definitely came back in ridiculous fashion and then just couldn't close it out at the end there. I expect this game should be very entertaining. But Ja, 10-7, it's a big tag for Ja. And I know that you've been a proponent of not necessarily always going up to the top end for it. I think that's an all right thing considering you've got Shea 10-6, which, another spot where if that game stays competitive, he is the sole reason why. So there might be some kind of correlation between playing more of him and Giannis or Middleton or Drew together because I don't know how OKC keeps it close. Maybe just because it's on the road. Kyrie Irving, 10K, though, against Charlotte, top 3 in pace, checks all the boxes as far as the spot where this Brooklyn team needs to start winning. He's going to get pushed to those high 30s, low 40s minutes in competitive games on the road here. I'm looking forward to rostering a bunch of him in this spot, as well as LaMelo Ball down there at 8,700. Lots of options in between, including our boy CJ McCollum. Ryan, where are you going to land the most at guard on DraftKings?
Yeah, Brooklyn and Charlotte's going to be a really good game environment. But up top, I mean, we get Shea 10-6. He's been balling out quite a bit. I'm going to shy away a little bit at 10-6. He has to do a lot to pay off that price tag. He's done it a couple times. We've seen it this over the past couple of weeks, but I don't know if it's going to be possible against Milwaukee. We'll see, though. 10-7 for John Morant's expensive. He has to do even more than Shea to pay that off. And Steph Curry's 11K. That's a lot for Steph if all those guys are going to be back, which I expect them to be back in a Clippers spot. But looking at Kyrie, 10K, yeah, low 40s minutes. He can definitely get going against Charlotte. The opposite side of the game, we got LaMelo and Rozier. I prefer LaMelo at 8,700 than Rozier. But looking around that price tag, I think CJ McCollum's still in play at $9,100. I think he's fine to go to. I don't think he'll be very popular at all. I think he'll be pretty low owned. Also up top, we got Halliburton, 8,800. He's all right against Cleveland. I think if you want to play Garland or Halliburton, they're priced identically where they're, I think, similar upsides. I think I'm going to go with Garland in that situation if you have to choose. I really like Drew Holiday at 7,600. The game were to blow out, I take my chances with the cheaper guy on the team. Brandon Ingram, 85. Seems like a fine consideration to go to as well. But let's look all the way down. This Phoenix team is going to continue to be without Booker and Cam Johnson and Chris Paul, leading to the likes of guys like Cam Payne and Landry Shamet. $5,300 and $3,700 for these guys. They make a ton of sense to go to. Even cheaper, Aaron Wiggins, played really well for this OKC team. He's okay. He might be overpopular. Just we're looking for salary savings. I like Middleton again.
Sorry, I thought you were done talking. You took a pause there, and it was like, and I just wanted to let you know Jordan Poole got to 40. That's all. Keep going. Whoever that person is that's like, Eric always interrupts Ryan, you win today. Keep going.
Yeah, I think Chris Middleton now up top played really well last game. I think 60 plus, 7,400 against OKC. Could be the Milwaukee guy you want in the potential blowout.
Yeah, I think he might be a reason why. Giannis, true. I mean, this is just a team. I'm excited to see what this spread is on the road in OKC. I could see it being 14-15 still. Again, now my brain cannot process considering Minnesota just covered 15 points at home and easily, not even a sweat. It was outrageous. Nothing like it. Rest of the guard spot. I mean, if you're looking down there at Orlando, I just am going to hate figuring out this team. Probably just go. I kind of hope Jalen Suggs plays so I don't have to try to go to Markelle Fultz, RJ Hampton, Cole Anthony, anybody there. Just makes everybody awful. But if Jalen Suggs isn't there, there's some viability to try to take some shots. I mean, Markelle Fultz, maybe 22 minutes. If you could get that, 4,300, probably not the place to go roster him, though. So I'm probably just looking at avoiding them against a tough Phoenix matchup, even though No Devin Booker, no Chris Paul. A little bit easier matchup than it was once upon a time. Anything else from the guard spot on DraftKings for you?
No, I think we covered a good chunk of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. How about this? Sub 10K for Kyrie Irving over on FanDuel. That was the only thing that I wrote down on my sheet, highlighted and starred because that matters. Shea is 10-6. That is a gigantic tag to be paying up for him there. Kyrie, 9,600, though. Just smack dab in the middle of them at 9,900 point guard only. Drew 9K. Drew is 9K now over on FanDuel. That is going to be contrarian. CJ McCollum, 8,600. That is not going to be contrarian. He's going to be popular at that number. Rozier is expensive. You have Halliburton up there, 8,400. Garland, 8K. I got to say, it's a different puzzle to put together over here because Garland's way cheaper. You've got guys like Drew that's just priced way up. Kyrie's going to be popular. It seems like there's little spots and little pockets where guys are going to be popular. But my favorite, probably, is coming off of rest. Steph Curry, 9,400 against the Clippers. I don't know. There's certain teams. I'll go down narrative street with you for what's here, Ryan. I think Steph Curry has a massive game tomorrow against the Clippers team he loves to torment. And Reggie Jackson, 7,100 on the other side. I'll go right back to him too. Talk to me about guard on FanDuel.
Yeah, spending up top, FanDuel, you get the likes of Shea, John Morant, and Steph Curry. And Kyrie Irving. I like Kyrie and Steph more than John Morant and Shea by a decent amount, just because of the salary savings you get. Drew Holiday is expensive at 9K. Rather would save the 400 and go to CJ. Tyrese Halliburton's priced pretty well here, 8,400. Darius Garland even cheaper than that, $100 cheaper. Sorry, $400 cheaper. Don't mind him some Darius Garland. Massive pricing difference with LaMelo Ball. Yes, it's sub 8K. You got to like that upset in that Brooklyn game. Chris Middleton, 7,500. We touched on him earlier. Continue to like him as much as I continue to like. I also like going to what's his name? Reggie Jackson, $7,100 makes a ton of sense as well. Spending down. Campaign is expensive, 6,600. Not a priority, but I wouldn't fault you to fall on him. He continues to play really, really well. Landry Shamet is expensive, 5,100. Tough for me to have the most interest there. But looking around here, Jalen Suggs, if he were to go, I think he's fine to go to at $5,800. But FanDuel's got kind of loaded up in like the from LaMelo Ball and up. And there's a ton of great spend up options.
Yeah, it gets really, really tough to figure out what else to do. I mean, Goran Dragic did play 27 minutes. He's one cheapie down there, 4,100 you could go to. Markelle Fultz is 3,900 if you wanted to try to make that a thing. RJ Hampton, 3,800, but I don't expect the minutes to be there quite like they were the other night if there's going to be Jalen Suggs there. I'm going to project him in as of right now. We shall see, but I kind of hope he plays just so I can avoid all of that garbage. Yeah, anything else for you here on FanDuel?
Yeah, that's really about it.
All right, to the top end, Ja, 45, Shea, 44, Steph, 40, Kyrie, 39, LaMelo, 36. Nobody over $45 at the guard position, but that's going to make guys like Brandon Ingram, shooting guard, $34 as well. Rozier, 32. Garland, 32. Drew Holiday, much more appropriately priced, 32 there. Reggie Jackson, 29. Seems like pretty flat pricing. We're going to have some options. We're going to have some places we can go. Cameron Payne's $20. I think that's probably the site. Yeah, that's definitely the site that I'm going to prefer him the most. So Campaign in the membrane, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, Campaign's pretty solid at 20. No issues going there. Landry Shamet, 11. I think you can definitely play here. Probably best place to play Shamet might be on Yahoo. He's priced up everywhere else, but it's the spend up guys here. Garland, McCollum, Halliburton, Drew Holiday, Ingram all stick out here. No issues if you want to play LaMelo Ball or Kyrie. Shea's 44. He's okay, but John Morant, I do think giving those few extra dollars in play will go a long way.
So mad at Russ, but you know what I'm not mad about? Our sponsor, Yahoo. Get 1 free month of Awesemo plus Platinum. When you sign up over there, you simply deposit $10 or more, play in any of the paid contests, which they have the lowest rate of any of them. So that's a good deal. So sign up over there, play there, and then you get this free month of Awesemo plus Platinum. Every single thing, every single sport we offer behind the paywall, not just NBA, but God willing MLB one day, but NHL, MMA, PGA, and it is a massive PGA week. We have the Players Championship. For those who aren't familiar, TPC Sawgrass, massive, massive contest across the industry for what is known as the fifth major. It's not the fifth major, but it is the biggest golf tournament that is not a major all year long. So you're going to want to check that out. So stop guessing, start winning. Join us at Awesemo, but do it through this promotion with Yahoo, the best site with the lowest rake. And yeah, it's as simple as that.
Who's your pick to win it?
Oh my God. I just started my research this afternoon because, it was a Sunday was a bloodbath at Bay Hill. If I had to pick Scotty Scheffler's been so good on Bermuda here lately, and it's weird to pick a guy to win back-to-back or three of his last four starts, but he's just so freaking solid, and I felt that way since he came out of the Korn Ferry Tour. He'd be a front runner to fire up here in this spot. I will say, though, I love Rory McIlroy. I think coming off of Bay Hill, he had the first-round leader on Thursday, and that golf course was just a joke. Back-to-back 76s over the weekend. It was just playing unfair. I think Rory comes out a little pissed off and plays really, really good golf this week. How about you?
Asking the wrong guy. All I saw there was a Millie Maker up top that I might fire away at, but I don't know. I guess, I've heard Scotty Scheffler's on a roll. What about, isn't that young guy, and Cam Young, been playing really well as well?
Oh, yeah. Cam Young's been a stud. He played well. He plays well everywhere right now. Yeah, straight out of
really good, yeah.
Yeah, he's a stud. He played well here at Riv. That was kind of a nice little breakout for him, but he's been solid just all around this entire spring. So another one of those Korn Ferry Tour guys, they just build them different now. These guys are studs. I don't want to play against them. That's for damn sure. They are outrageous. I know because, there's like a 13-year-old kid in Ventura, California that's like, I don't want to say the next Tiger. That's a little hyperbole, but there are so many young kids now that you would not believe how good they are at golf out here in Southern California. So, the game's passed me by, Ryan. Me and my cane out there putting. Top end forward on DraftKings. Giannis is 12K. Durant 11-1. Now, hey, Kevin Durant coming off of a nice 37-8-6 outing there against Boston. Just happened to run into an Infuego, and I do mean Infuego, Jason Tatum. The guy was unconscious. What a fun game that was. But going up against Charlotte, I like going to him maybe a little bit more than Giannis, which is probably the first time I've said that in a while. But nice to see the minutes right up there, 39 right out of the gate here, 35 and 39 his first two back. That bodes well for him going forward. Brandon Ingram, steep jump down to the next group there, 8,500. Bridges at the 7,900. Miles Bridges, that is, I suppose they're both on this slate. Wendell Carter Jr., 77, way inflated up top there. And Middleton, 7,400, a guy I know that you talked about liking. But I think the guy that I'm really having a tough time figuring out what I want to do with is going to be Desmond Bane. He's inflated from 6K now up to 6,500. And I don't know if he's going to garner attention. The guy can shoot the absolute lights out of it. There's no doubt about it. 41.2% from three this season, 45.5% from the floor, attempting a bunch of shots every single night out. I just don't know if he is worth 6,500, is he, Ryan?
It's all right. It's not the greatest. You're going to need high 30s to pay off to win a tournament. So he's okay. It's an okay play to fall on. So I wouldn't fault you to play a guy like Desmond Bane, but looking around here, up top, you obviously have Giannis. It makes a ton of sense if you want to play him, but OKC blowout could happen. I like the savings to Durant. Durant's kind of like, rattle a couple games off to potentially get out of the play-in. I don't know how far they are from the 7 seed, but it's attainable. It's not attainable at this point. They definitely have to do some work to get there. KD 11-1. Looking around here, a lot of guys priced appropriately. No one sticks out right away. There's no Jared Allen over there. It's going to be upticks for all those guys in Cleveland. The guys of Lauri Markkanen, Kevin Love, Chetty Osman. Just like minutes, I think, all get boosted up for them potentially. And Evan Mobley gets a nice bump himself. Played really well after Jared Allen got hurt. Put on probably one of his better games as a rookie last game out against Toronto. Now takes on a Memphis team. Sorry, not a Memphis team. Takes on an Indiana team, and everyone eats against Indy. So the Cleveland Bigs are going to stick out to me, and I think they're going to be very popular. Makes a ton of sense to fall there. and I have no issues going to any of those Cleveland bigs in any sort of great quantity.
Yeah, Ed Davis will play the Kevin Love minutes. That'll be fun, right?
I don't know. I think Ed Davis played. I don't know if he played the second half. I know I saw him on the first half, but I
Played
don't.
7 minutes. He didn't do anything. I'm just being sarcastic because that's what always happens whenever Kevin Love really sticks out. He sticks out for
You might
tomorrow.
see Ed Davis start. It wouldn't shock me
Oh,
just so they
God.
maintain the double big lineup, and it wouldn't shock me. No,
How awful is that going to be?
I mean it
Or
won't
is
be
that a
that.
good thing? But Kevin Love's going to be popular no matter what. So I really
Yeah,
maybe I'd prefer him just starting and then be this free square.
true.
Just play him 100% and actually have leverage. I don't want to know what to do if Ed Davis starts. I just don't even want to think about it. Not even putting it out into the world. Giannis 11-9, even though that's literally what I did. I'm responsible. Kevin Durant 10-3 there. Evan Mobley 8,100 over on FanDuel. Wendell Carter 7,600. Markkanen priced up to 6,700 right out of the gate. Kevin Love priced up to 6,400 right out of the gate. Well done by FanDuel.com here. But I've circled a Bobby Portis here as well, 6,400. He has not played very well here of late. And part of that, Serge Ibaka, I don't know. He's going to have these games from time to time here, but I don't know if he necessarily plays any blowout run there. Serge Ibaka was actually in a winning lineup the other night, 21 minutes, 33 and a half fantasy points. I don't know if I can get that cute by any means here, but if you're going to play the blowout narrative, maybe Jordan Nwora. He played 26 minutes against Phoenix here. He's been playing bigger minutes here of late. Maybe that's dark to take, but I don't really see it. Talk to me about forward on FanDuel, Ryan.
Yeah, look at the forward spot over here on FanDuel. It's going to be another situation where you can spend up for Giannis and KD. That's no issues to do so. I prefer KD. I don't know if it's necessary to gem in both. $1,600 will do a lot in this type of slate. But looking around here, spending up top makes a ton of sense. I mean, immediately the eyes go to the Cleveland guys and Kevin Love. He's 6,400. Chetty Osman is 4,700. Haunting around here. I think Jay Crowder's kind of expensive at 61, but the minutes are in play. I would rather play Jaren Jackson Jr. at 6,100 than Jay Crowder at 6,100. But keep in mind, Jay Crowder is still going to find a way to take some shots up. Marketing priced up at 6,700. It's Indy. That's the only reason why I could consider him. But it's not a priority by any means. And then Evan Mobley, 8,100, I think is a pretty solid option. Might be low owned because we haven't seen Evan Mobley north of 8K much this year. He's kind of been in the 7 to 8K range all year long, so people might get a little sticker shock, but I'm all about it. And Brandon Ingram, 8,700 will be low owned. No issues falling on a guy like him at all. Spending down here, I wonder if we can consider a guy like Jordan Nwora for the Bucks tomorrow. He's 4K. There are multiple pathways for him to get there, being a blowout, and the situation over there in Milwaukee where I think there's no Grayson Allen. He's not there tomorrow, so we might get Nwora to play more minutes potentially, but that's just looking a little bit ahead.
Yep. I definitely think he's going to play more minutes in this spot. He has to. Played 26 last time out. I feel pretty good that you might get more minutes than you think. So I think he's a decent enough piece of value. We'll see what else pops up in the absence. God, maybe Chetty gets a start. 4,700, played 31 and 32 minutes the last two. I don't really know what they're going to do. Mobley could just slide over to the 5, and that's all she wrote. And you still bring Kevin Love off the bench. But against Cleveland, just give me Kevin Love. Give me the free square. That's all I ask for tomorrow. Heading over to the forward spot on our sponsor, Yahoo, $57. Kevin Durant, 52. Chris Middleton, 32. I'm looking further down here. Mikal Bridges playing a massive amount of minutes against Orlando, $23. Seems like an overpay, but it's really not considering 38 and a half, 42 minutes here. The last two games that have been competitive, really low fantasy point per minute there, but can take that shot. Lauri Markkanen will be very popular at $19 and probably rightfully so. Our boy Alexei Pokusevski, he's sitting there. Assuming he starts $17 that exists for him there. Jackson Hayes is 14. Kuminga 13, coming off of his not start tonight. Mainly, he's gonna play tomorrow, and in a game where you get all of those guys back potentially, but maybe just a very off the wall play. What sticks out to you here on the Yahoo slate, Ryan?
Looking at the Yahoo forward spot, I mean, Yahoo's done a decent job. We saw with the guards, but looking over here on the forwards, if you want to spend up, Giannis is way expensive. I don't think I want to pay for Giannis today, but KD 52 is fine. I like the savings on Middleton 32. Showed a nice game there. Mobley is priced very favorably. I like Mobley a lot at $28. Makes a ton of sense to consider him as an option. Next tier guys, then you get Wendell Carter Jr., Jaren Jackson 24. Gotta like him. Buddy Hield continues to shoot a decent amount at $24. It's fine to consider as well. Charlotte game environment always can pan out for a guy like Miles Bridges. Will be low owned, but good game environment.
All right, to center we go here. I'm sweating my money line, my Golden State money line ticket as well. 119, 114, 330 left here. They're keeping it competitive, just down 5. So we'll see if that can pan out. Most of the time when you bet a team that's like a plus $300 or plus 300 dog, you're not going to win, but there's value. And I love value. Jordan Poole. Nothing like betting against the best player in the NBA, right? With literally no Steph, no Clay, no anybody. Okay, cool. We'll move on. Center.
Plus 300. I thought I figured you could get them at much like higher odds, right?
No. It was like, let me find the exact ticket. I'll pull it up here as we go over to the center spot, because I'm telling you, it was much shorter than you would expect it to be, which is kind of what stuck out. The NBA betting model is still free on Awesemo.com. Head to Awesemo.com. Go check that out. It was the number one bet in terms of expected ROI on the day, and it looked wonky. But you know what? If it smells like a rat, it's probably a rat. Vegas knows this stuff. They're pretty good at what they do. And so when there's that much expected ROI, nobody was pulling the trigger on Golden State money line. So I felt like fun. Giannis, 12K. Wendell Carter Jr., 7,700. Plus, Ryan, you get to screenshot it and post it. That's really what it's about.
You've turned into an engagement farmer, haven't you?
Jonas Valanciunas, 7,500. We got Mobley, 7K. Zubats up to 6,900. That'll be contrarian. 8 and 6,600. That won't be contrarian. But talk to me. Is Steven Adams the greatest center in the history of New Zealand basketball?
No, he's just farming engagement with these stat lines. That's what Steven Adams is doing.
I knew he was. Trying to get the bag. That was terrible. I apologize. That was the best Kiwi I had.
That was bad.
But I know. Keep going.
But no, I can't go to Steven Adams tomorrow. If it burns me, so be it.
Just no. We already got burned. Don't worry. Just join me here in the grave.
I'd rather spend up a little bit more and go to DeAndre Ayton at 6,600. I don't mind it against Orlando. Evan Mobley, center eligibility, 7K. Not much of an opportunity cost here at center tomorrow, so a little different than it was today. So I like those guys a lot. Kevin Love, 5,800, makes a ton of sense to go to. Center kind of dry. Mo Bamba is also available at 5,500. I believe Wendell Carter back doesn't help him, so those days were fun. You can take some chances on one of the indie guys, that being Isaiah Jackson or maybe a Jalen Smith as well. But thin center options there, but I have no issues if you want to play Jaren Jackson Jr. at center either.
With you to FanDuel, where 8,100 is the most expensive center you can roster over there. At least you can roster Giannis at the center spot if you wanted to, or Mobley. That'll be something a lot of people do over on DraftKings. But Mobley, 8,100, most expensive guy listed at center. Zubats, the first true center listed there, 7,300. Identical tag at DeAndre Ayton. How times have changed. Jonas Valanciunas, 7K. Adams, 6,800 there. No thanks. Kevin Love, it's just not a very intriguing center spot. I mean, let's just play all the power forwards and all the land, except for, of course, we got to talk about him because he's eternally underpriced and he's just a walking landmine. Mo Bamba, 4,600 down there. Probably the only guy, unless you got like for something wonky, maybe some Andre Drummond, but he's only played 19, 16 minutes the last 2 games, and I don't expect that to be a thing going forward. Looks pretty gross here at center, my friend. What sticks out to you here on FanDuel?
It's probably going to be DeAndre Ayton yet again, 7,300. Sticks out to me a decent amount. I like Evan Mobley a lot. Valanciunas taking on his former team. 7K isn't too bad either. Played really well the other day against Jokic. So fun matchup between him and Adams. We'll prefer Valanciunas. Hopefully the minutes stay up. I know the production's tough. Has been tough with McCollum there, but 7K doesn't need to do much. We've seen him in the high eights for some time early in the year. Looking around here, Andre Drummond is 4,500. It's not awful to consider him, but if you're looking for a cheap guy, Drummond could get there in 20 minutes of play to pay off a $4,500 price tag. Centers in Charlotte are tough to go to in confidence, that being Harrell, Washington, or Plumlee. Try to avoid that type of situation. Kevin Love, center eligible 6,400. I got to have some interest, as do the Bamba as well. 40 sub 5K, I think, is fine. Bamba can get there for you.
Yes, he can. To the center spot on our sponsor, Yahoo, tomorrow. 6K to first. Tuesday night baller. $12 to get in. Less than 3,000 entries. And only 11.5% management fee. Those all look like great things. I would go play in that. Center spot, $28. Your most expensive center on the slate, where you can't play a power forward over at the position because strict positions. Jonas Valanciunas, DeAndre Ayton, $26. Bet you like him. Steven Adams, $23. God help us all. Zubac's $19. At least he's underpriced. And Harrell's $17. Shout out to Montrezl Harrell here. But, I mean, I will never trust the minutes here. Kevin Love, though, $16. Probably a free square. Right, Ryan? Right?
I don't know about free square. I thought Russ was a free square, and that was the opposite of free square. So
I hate it.
We gotta proceed with caution there. But $16, I think, is fine to consider. I really like Ayton, Valanciunas. Those guys are great. Tough center spot. Doesn't feel like a double center slate. If you play a guy like Isaiah Jackson, 19, you'll be unique because I think he'll be very low on, but he has an upside within him. I think considering we have LaMarcus Aldridge out tomorrow, so that helps a guy like Andre Drummond. We might even see Claxton minutes as well. So just keep an eye on that situation over there. The guy who's been playing a lot of minutes is Isaiah Roby. Tough to go there at 18. He was ruled out last game when we saw Olivier Sarr play a ton of minutes. Olivier Sarr is $13. Milwaukee spot. I can't really go there. I wouldn't recommend it. Just talking about the situation there. JaVale McGee is 10. He's always a guy who's fun to roster, even if he's going to only play 20 minutes.
That does it. Welcome to the Tuesday slate. Monday is behind us. Actually, it's not yet behind us here. Warriors, please try to make a run. Jokic is so good. 31, 14, and 13 seems like a decent stat line. Also, everybody, go follow me on Eric Lindquist. Go follow Ryan at Rayen Patnaik. I never throw out the Twitters, but we're throwing out bets these days, Ryan. We're throwing out bets because they're fun. They're enjoyable. They're legal in Michigan. I have prize picks out here. Cash that 18.5 on Kevon Looney right out of the gate. Let's go. So much fun to be doing that. Check out Odd Shopper while you're at it. The best place to go shop for lines in 30 seconds or less. Not even a plug because I just use it every day because I like money. Ryan, any final words for the people?
No, thanks so much for tuning in. Those 5-star reviews will go a long way, trust me. And good luck, everyone. If you played Russ, I was there with you. Don't feel so bad. We'll bounce right back.
He's Ryan. He made me feel better about my Russ exposure. I'm Eric. Ryan, I made Ryan feel better. No, I didn't make him feel better. We'll see you guys tomorrow.